right, it is the NFL Roundtable Talks. We have Megan, Aussie 12, Gold Crowder, the Devil's Advocate, also known as David, the Chicago Bear fan. We have the Mad Yinzer in the house, the one, the only Chicken Nugget King 313, and BA. What's up, buddy?
Not much.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Free agency.
Before we go into the free agency, I wanted to debut. I did it on my morning show. I'm going to do it right now. I wrote the lyrics to a theme song and developed it on the AI program. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
Here
hear
we
it.
go.
Lions roar and the tigers strike through the night. Pistons dribble, red wings soar on high. KCP's the beat, hear the crowd amplify. We're smoking Jeremy B, bringing the heat. All the sports, all the time, feel that beat. KCB Sports, where warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, hear the fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. From Ford Field's glory to Little Caesar's thrill, we're united in passion, it's our dream to fulfill. Cross the ice and the court, the triumph shine. KCB Sports Network, where legends combine.
Okay.
So cheer for our teams, let the stories unfold. With grit and determination, watch the magic unfold. KCB Sports, where warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, here's our fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. So grab your gear.
Any better?
So what do you guys think?
not bad.
Hey, that was fired. Fired.
Thank you.
Lit.
Justin May, the rapper, is in the house. His YouTube name. How you doing, Justin May? It's been a long time, brother.
Jeremy, I missed the whole thing, bro.
Oh, okay.
Well, you just have to watch it on replay.
I'm
David.
sorry. Yeah, I'll have to check it out on the replay. And I had to take off my headphones,
Man.
dude.
All right, we are represented pretty much all around the North. I invited 2 Packer fans. Neither one showed up. So I think that's because they know they'll be in the basement this year.
More than likely.
I know what we're going to say.
Well, actually, Minnesota or Green Bay. One of the two.
It'll be Green Bay.
Look, Minnesota's bad, but not that bad.
Me too.
Oh,
I've listened to quite a few of them. You got some good stuff, Justin. But yes, Justin May, the rapper, he is on YouTube. That is his channel. He raps about Detroit. Michael Johnson, good to see you, brother. Jamie, glad you popped in. But
Hey, Jamie.
one at a time, I want each of us to go over some of the moves we made and which ones you liked and which ones you didn't. I'm going to start with you, Megan. What about your Seahawks?
Mike, what's up, Mike?
What's up?
What's up, Jamie?
Hey.
The one I am thrilled with, and it happened not this week but last week, is signing Shaheed. 3 years, 51 million. That was the one that I am most that I am most thrilled about. Everyone keeps saying that we've lost a lot. No, we haven't. The big 3 or 4 that we have lost, we knew we would. Kenneth Walker, I think the big surprise for me was Kenneth Walker going. I knew we would lose K9, unfortunately, of course, because I just bought his jersey. Always the way.
It's your fault.
But my surprise with that move was it was to the Chiefs. I did not have that on my bingo card. But looking at it, it kind of makes sense to me now. I'm just looking at my notes. Woolen to the Eagles, no surprise. I'm just trying to read my handwriting, which isn't the best.
Probably like reading mine. I feel like I'm reading Egyptian hieroglyphics.
I miss my calling as a doctor.
That's what they
said. So we haven't done as much as I thought we would, but what we've done is consolidated, and I think that
it's Yoli. I got to do it. You guys know what has to happen.
Yeah, no, do it. That's why I'm waiting.
Bluetooth disconnected.
If I don't turn it off, do you know what happens?
Battery's
You
gone.
hear it in the background.
We hear my mom's TV pop in, remember?
All right.
Oh, yeah. And the other one I'm really... The other one I'm really proud of or happy with is more Bobo all the time. We re-signed to a restricted free agent, Jake Bobo. So not a huge amount unexpected for the Seahawks. It's more consolidation. But yeah, to everyone saying that we've lost more than we've gained, I beg to differ because we were talking about losing those players before the Super Bowl. So yeah.
It was up in the air when you guys, as soon as you guys didn't talk to K9, I think it was by the trade deadline, I heard the rumors were he was going to be gone after this year.
Yeah, as I said to you before a couple of weeks ago, he wasn't budging on his number, which he thought he deserved, which was around 14, 15 million. The Seahawks weren't willing to budge from the 10 to 11 million we offered him. And I get it. You know, you have two numbers.
That's just me.
I thought when I heard that he had walked, I thought, well, you couldn't have given him a bit more, but we're consolidating for another push this year and more into the future.
Yep.
More into the future. So.
Yep. Yeah, and I like a lot of the moves I've seen across the league, except for the Dolphins, and I'm going to tell you why. You already let Tariq go, and your only real weapon in that wide receiver room, other than the running back Devin Achane, was Jalen Waddle. And what do? You trade him. You trade him.
Now that's one thing that needs to make somebody can't speak. Sorry,
so now,
needs to explain that.
The best wide receiver on that roster is Tutu Atwell.
Oh, yeah, off the cliff. I don't like Tutu, but better than Waddle.
Willis.
Yeah, Malik Willis is happy as all hell because he went to Florida. He's getting his $60 million over the next 2 seasons. He's getting his starter money, but he's looking at his weapons. He goes, "You guys are assholes."
Right.
He passed up on the Jets for them too.
Michael, that question is what I don't understand either. You sign one and you've got nothing.
They're tanky for Arch Manning. That's why.
Miami bamboozled them. That's why.
It's
they
tanky for
bamboozled him.
Arch
They were
Manning.
like, okay, they still got Waddle. They got this guy.
Yeah.
They've got Jonnu Smith. They sign him and cut Jonnu Smith the next day.
And then they
Jeremy,
trade
they're
away
tanky
Jalen
for Arch
Waddle.
Manning because of that 2027 draft.
No, I actually
Malik Willis is
Paying back for every other trip that she's made.
Malik Willis is sitting there going, man, I had weapons in Green Bay. It's the only reason why it was good.
To an extent. Green Bay had a bunch of wide receiver twos, is what they had across the board. None of them were wide receiver ones. Some of them were supposed to have wide receiver one talent, but the drops say otherwise.
Wide receiver.
Well, I mean, even with that being said, that's still more than what Miami has right now. I mean, way more. All those could be number ones right now. You never know.
Right. So now when Love gets hurt, who do they got to go to?
They got Ritter.
4 games. They got 4 games every year that Love gets hurt, and they let Malik Willis walk out the building without even offering him backup money. Real backup money, not that prove it deal they gave him. I think it was a mistake because he played some of his best ball with Green Bay.
It's funny. Green Bay fans will sit there and go, us in the trash talk rooms, we'll go, dude, you let your best QB go, and they're like, we didn't let Glove go. Love isn't your best QB.
Look at
he's the best QB in the division. So I mean, there you go for Packer fans.
Look at the 8 games he played the last 2 seasons.
They got Desmond Ritter, and they also have Kyle McCord, who was drafted out of Syracuse. It was with the Eagles.
Who? No, just
Kyle McCord.
Desmond Ritter is all you had to say.
Yeah,
Desmond Ritter. Kyle McCord from Syracuse.
I was making a joke because neither one of them have done anything worth noting other than the NFL, except for the Ritter for losing. But anyways, so David, let's talk about what Chicago's done so far.
Well, and I'm sorry that you're seeing like my ceiling because when I talk, I try to talk into my microphone so you guys can hear me better.
Okay.
Like you said before the show, Jeremy, losing Tremaine Edmonds really isn't a loss. It's funny that there's a lot of Chicagoans that are sitting here freaking out going, oh, dude, all these players are gone. All these, Byard, Nashon Wright, Brisker, people. We had the 29th ranked defense last year. We didn't lose much. What we did was gain. We gained Kobe Bryant, which I thought was a fantastic move. Right out of the box. 3 years, $30 million, I think is what it is. If not, a little bit more. I
think it was like 3 years, 33 or 36 million is actually what it was. It's still a good deal for a starting safety.
It's a great move for a starting safety who I'm sorry, Super Bowl winning starting safety. Okay. Yeah. That's really huge. Devin Bush was a real nice pickup. He's gotten a lot of praise for doing that move because
Devin Bush is a toss in the wind. I'm just going to let you know that now. He has not succeeded. Ask Robbie.
Look at what he did in Cleveland last year.
Well, anybody can play good in that defense.
Yeah, right. That defense was awesome.
Yeah, and just not too long ago, we signed Khalif Raymond from Detroit.
Yep, great move.
That is a great move because he'll be WR3. He'll return kicks, return punts,
and he can do for you what DJ Moore did on third down.
Yes,
because that's what he did for us. But at the same time, I love that we got 4 years younger with Greg Dortch, who did the same thing for Arizona that Leaf was doing for us. I love that move because when MHJ fell apart in the second half of that season, the guy that stepped up while they were a pass-happy offense was Greg Dortch.
And Mike Wilson.
And just today, we brought Jack Sanborn back, which is a really low-key good move. It's good linebacker depth, which everybody, that's a great thing. And like I said, the defensive guys that we lost, maybe Brisker. Brisker's really the only one that I'm going to miss. Byard was getting old. Yes, he had 7 interceptions last year. He ain't going to do it 7 interceptions again this year. Not at 32. He's losing. He lost some speed. It happens, man. But he had a great run in Chicago. But what's funny is all the people that we let go are all now signed to 1-year prove-it deals.
Except
and
for
not
Tremaine
a whole
Edmonds.
fuck ton of money, and not a whole fuck ton of money. Okay, Tremaine Edmonds. And then people want to sit there and say, "Oh, well, we lost CJ Gardner Johnson." We only had CJ Gardner Johnson for 4 or 5 games, dude. It's not like he played with the Bears all year long,
right?
And
if he provides a spark for the Bills defense, which definitely needs one in their secondary, that's a good move for them.
Well, DJ Moore was let go because him and Caleb were not on the same page ever since he joined. DJ Moore had his best year when Justin Fields was
Justin Fields.
Mm-hmm.
So and it makes sense for both teams. Buffalo got a guy that's a proven number 1 receiver, and it worked out for Chicago as well. It just needed to be done. He needed to go somewhere else because Caleb was paying him no mind really.
Before I go to Yinzer here, hi, Paul. That's one of my co-hosts of my baseball talk show that I do on Saturday nights. You'll be able to see him this week. We're doing hopefully we're doing a live baseball draft for our fantasy team while we talk ball.
Nice.
But Yinzer, let's talk about the Steelers.
I was quite impressed with their the free agency so far. Even though I don't like the coach at all, I'm still not going to say I like Mike McCarthy. So I don't care what anybody says. He ain't no different from the other coach we had. Just offense and defense. If you want to go do that
Say
way.
His name. Say his name, Robbie.
Will he appear if I say his name?
Say his name. Say his name. You just hired McCarthy. Look,
okay, I like the Jamil Dean son, and big physical corner, had his most productive year in Tampa since he's been drafted there. He had 3 interceptions and about 14 starts. Rico Dowda, big, not big, but he's real physical. Probably going to miss Gainwell in that prolific passing game, being receiving back and all. Sebastian Joseph Day, good run stopper. Darnell Savage, he's more for like depth. The one that I like the most is probably Brisker. On the other hand, I like those type of safeties. He reminds me a little of Troy Polamalu. He can be physical in and out of the box.
If he can stay healthy, he's a beast.
Yeah,
I was my biggest concern with him is the concussions he gets. He had quite a few concussions in his career.
Well, you could say the same thing about Palomalu back in the day. The way he tackled, the way he hit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Darnell Savage. Yeah,
Darnell Savage.
Yeah, I think he's on his 5th team, ain't he? Like Darnell Savage. I think he's on on 5th team.
Yeah, because he started off with Houston. No, he started with Green Bay and then went to Houston or something like that.
I think he went to Green Bay.
He was on the Bills.
In Buffalo too. He was in Buffalo.
He's in Buffalo. Yeah. He's been.
I think he was with Jacksonville. I think he was with Jacksonville last year.
Yep.
Stop.
Michael Pittman,
bro.
MP.
Michael Pittman.
Jamal Dean.
They were Michael Pittman. I like that because hopefully that keeps the pressure off. Draws more coverage to his side and frees up DK more.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd he go to school at wide receiver? Where'd he go? USC. Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman, that's Michael Pittman. His dad played in the NFL. He's running back for
wide receiver university.
And if I'm not mistaken,
I hate that.
Go ahead.
Cam Hayward.
Isn't that the guy you just lost to the Raiders?
Yep.
Who we lose to the Raiders?
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, Pittman got an extension with the Steelers, right?
Connor Hayward went to the Raiders.
Yeah. Just got that extension.
That literally took.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Connor Hayward. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah, Connor. I know one of
them Jagoffs. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
that's what it was. Is Cam Hayward?
Cam Hayward went to the Raiders.
Oh, Megan had to drop out. I didn't even see her go. But hey, Mike, you're on the top corner
Cam
now. How'd
Hayward.
that happen?
One thing I hate about
I
Cam
lost
Hayward.
audio, so I had to come back in.
Yeah, you kept. I was watching. You were getting that circle of death down here because in the production room, I can see when somebody's internet's dropping out. I was like, and Mike Johnson's internet is brought to you by Cricket Wireless.
Should be my Magic Jack TV phone.
That's a clown shit right there, boy.
Television
That's
trying to
worse.
fall.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah.
And well, Samala's not really a loss. Neither is Pierre. Austin, not
Connor
really.
Hayward, okay.
Connor
Johnny
Hayward
Smith is
definitely
no
not
big
a
deal.
lot.
And Miles Killebrew was our special teams hitman there for a long time, and that's where you'll miss him. He was a good
Yeah,
gunner.
that one's gonna hurt because he's a good gunner. Like what you just said, he's a good gunner.
Yeah, I think Kenneth Gainwell for Rico Dowdle kind of just evened out to me because Rico Dowdle is probably the same. It's basically the same running back you had in Kenneth Gainwell, maybe a little bit better.
I think Gainwell sent an interview recently. He originally didn't want to come to the Steelers last year.
Well, there you go. Get the fuck on.
So far, it's looking like Will Howard will be the starter for
Yeah.
So far.
Uh-huh.
It's gotta be. It's probably gonna be
Or
Rodgers
Mason
coming
Rudolph.
back.
And you know what?
I'm really hoping it's Will Howard. But
And
I'm showing
Miles.
Aaron Rodgers.
What, you don't want MVP Mason Rudolph? What's up with that, man?
And
You know
Miles
what,
used to play for the Lions.
I'm not going to get into why I don't like him anymore.
Wait a minute.
Because I'm not.
Do I need to sing my Christmas carol about Mason?
I hate Mason Rudolph used to be my MVP.
Mason, the red-nosed dart dipshit.
Mason Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer?
Nope, red-nosed dipshit. He doesn't get a reindeer.
and if I'm not mistaken, Miles Killebrew used to be here. He started his career in Detroit.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
We drafted him.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he was only good that season right after Ben retired.
That
That was his best season, his best performance.
2023 was his best performance, and that was the last full game of the year.
He's never going to be a franchise guy, but he's a serviceable like backup or journeyman.
Yeah.
If you need him, he could come in and win you a few games and stuff.
Hey, you know,
Facts.
I think we didn't get rid of him because we need someone to keep the Gatorade cold.
Yeah. All right.
There you go.
So between you and Go Pack Go, we got your entire list of who you picked up and who you lost and everything else. It was pretty good. Good to see you, Vinny. Glad you're here in the chat. All right, Chicken Nugget. I want your favorite pickup and the one you just don't understand for the Lions so far.
Well, I don't even necessarily want to say don't understand because I mean it's just a silently but not so loud type of thing from Brad Holmes. But I do like picking up Christian Isian. I do like having DJ Wanham. He's definitely a very serviceable type of DN for this team. I do like Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco's definitely worthy of using him to third downs. And, I like the fact that we went out and got Cade Mays. Love the fact that we brought back, Teddy Two Gloves, because that dude could definitely be, serviceable at the backup quarterback position at helm. I really am mad about I'm mad about some, subtractions, aka David. I know you guys got my twin, Khalif Raymond. You guys are a crapshoot at that. Screw you. But other than that, I really feel like most of those subtractions, I wish them well. Nothing but the best to Demo, to Alex Anzalone, to AQM. And AQM, he just didn't believe that, Lions would pass on him. He didn't think that would happen. He thought that, he'll come back and, run it back with, Hutch opposite of him. But, it's business at the end of the day. You got to go and sign with different teams and look forward to having a better chapter with a new team, which he did with Tampa. And then Alex was in Tampa. But yeah, I could just say it's just silently but not loud. That's how this is with the free agency for this team, and I can't wait to see what we can do with Gibbs and Pacheco. So Sonic and Taz is definitely the look. I'm excited for that.
I want to call him Tails because then it fits along the whole Sonic and Knuckles in progression. There she is. She's back.
Right, definitely.
Hey, we missed you for a second. I don't know what happened, but I was like, where'd you go?
Oh, my tablet overheated and kicked me off everything. So.
Oh, that's okay. All right, BA, who is your favorite and your least favorite out of the Lions move?
Well, I'm rolling with the Teddy Bridgewater signing. I thought that was very good that they did that. Basically, everybody they re-signed. Rocky Sin was a good re-sign. Tom Kennedy, this
Finally. Finally on the active roster.
I'm gonna make the roster.
Mention
you can put his. I'm gonna make the roster like on repeat for every year he's been in.
Hey.
I kind of do like the the Greg Dortch one is okay, even though he didn't have enough snaps last year. He was okay signing. Malcolm Rodriguez, okay, I can understand that one. I did not like the release of defensive tackle, what's his face, that went back to Arizona.
Roy Lopez, not
Roy Lopez.
Roy Lopez. Roy Lopez.
I didn't understand that one.
I couldn't believe we let him walk. I couldn't believe we let him walk. That's a crapshoot.
I think he honestly tried to get a little more money than his value at his age is what it was. And I'm not saying that us fans, we valued him, but when you look at the age factor and everything else, Brad Holmes is just like, yeah, we're not doing that again. That's why we're getting rid of Reader.
Well, he was more effective than Reader. I would have just let Reader go and sign him. I mean, you got Williams there. You got Ali McNeil there, and shit, he overperformed McNeil in most of the games last year he was in. So that's why I don't understand. I don't care. Give him a couple extra bucks. Let the man. He's playing.
That's true.
I know.
Give
I hear
people
you.
that are playing, just playing. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
NBA, if I'm not mistaken, Roy Lopez was getting stops in the backfield. He was making major stops there.
Yes.
Proof is in the pudding. Remember when Reader was in, it was almost a 50-50 split between him and Lopez next to Williams during those first 8 games, remember?
Yeah.
Because Reader was ineffective.
Right. And they would take Reader out and they put Lopez in. And during that 8 weeks, opposing teams only averaged 2.7 yards per carry. From week 9 on, opposing teams average 4.7 yards per carry, while Aleem McNeil and DJ Reader had 75% of the snaps for those last 9 weeks of the season. Or 10 weeks, technically, 9 of playing. And that's a huge disparity to me.
And Lopez had a 425 snap count, whereas DJ had a 583, and he was only a point. He's only 2 points better. 2 points better in the overall PFF. So that tells you everything right there. 13 pressures to DJ Reader's 20. But again, DJ Reader was a starter, so. Right. He just came in and just did something, and he did kind of sometimes outplay McNeil even. So
right. And the one thing that you could say about both Williams and Lopez, they accidentally had more sacks than Reader.
Accidentally? Explain that.
They did.
Not starting in the back half of the season for either one of them, and they had more sacks than Reader. So accidentally.
Oh, I see.
With the lower snap count and less time on the field, they perform better, is what I'm getting at.
Oh, sorry.
Aleem McNeil was horrible last year. He was a 52.1 PFF.
Yeah,
and he had 523 in a snap count.
Jeremy, I gotta go, man. I gotta write out my puppy, brother.
Hey, thank you, David, for coming in. Thank you for the
David.
update on the Bears.
Thanks
Shout
for
out
coming.
to you for coming in.
All right,
Take care,
guys.
Take care, David. Good
Take care,
to see
David.
me.
So Megan, as soon as he pops out, I'm going to pop you up on the top
I
again.
was going to say I was first for the first time, then my tablet, and now Michael, who deserves to call the BA, is now first, and I'm still sad. Sorry.
Oh, well, you're on the top row.
That's all
Most
right.
women do.
As long as I'm not on top of BA, I'm good. I'm good.
A and BA.
Oh, you want me on top of you? You want me on top of you?
Darling, it's going to cost you 4 lobster dinners and maybe some oysters before I even consider that, my dear.
Hey, BA.
My girl.
I love the fact that we brought back Rocky Sin. Dude was a baller. He balled well. He earned it.
That's the coolest three-syllable name in the NFL. Rocky Sin.
Yep. So now we're going to go to, before I go to you, Jamie, because you've got a lot of moves that your team has made lately. I want to go to Michael Johnson and get his take on his Vikings.
We got 3. That's it.
Okay, short and sweet.
It's a good one.
Rattle them off.
We signed Heckler. We had to, because Ryan Wright left. We got Pierre and Thomas. I think we re-signed Thomas to 2 years. I think they're grooming him to take over for Harrison Smith. Mm-hmm. And then I went and bought some fudge cookies because we signed the Keebler out.
I knew you were going to talk
and
about
then I heard today I think we got a guard from.
Those are good cookies.
Guard from Buffalo.
I love that.
Oh, St. Patty's Day is happening all over again. I broke my rule for myself. This happened last night. I cracked open the Lions Fireball.
Oh, have one for me, brother. I couldn't drink because it was a Tuesday and I had church. So
I had 4 in an hour.
Oh, there is nothing like going to church drunk.
I'm kind of excited about the
I'm Catholic. You are so
Eric
right.
Wilson was the biggest re-sign. I'm concerned about Jonathan Gennard. I'm concerned about Ivan Pace. Really pissed off about the Jalen Naylor deal.
Mm-hmm. I'd be too. That was
we're bargain shopping, bottom of the barrel again, just like we always do. But we ain't got a lot of cap. It's. I don't know.
The bargain shopping that you did was good in the Keebler Elf. The only thing that'll screw you is if you re-sign them before the year is out.
Good point.
Kevin O'Connell's got a real good history of taking mediocre quarterbacks and making them great again.
Yeah.
But Kyler Murray's not a mediocre quarterback. He was just on a shitty team. Give him some weapons other than Marvin Harrison. And let's see what he does, but we don't have an offensive line that's going to protect him. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
The dude's a good scrambler. He can get out of trouble, but I just have an aching suspicion he's going to get beat up. They're signing Carson Wentz again. And I think Max Brosmer is going to be the odd man out. So
the 7th-year COVID.
I don't know, bro. I'm going to be wearing a paper sack all year again. I have a feeling.
I just want to say one thing, Michael. Kevin O'Connell is good, but he's not a miracle worker. So good luck with Kyler. I loved having him. I loved having him in the NFC West because that was 2 wins we were always going to get. And my brother is a Cardinals fan.
Hey,
I'm just
by
saying.
the way, there is another team that loves Kyler Murray too being on your team, and that's ours. You know why? He's 0-5-1 in 6 contests against the Lions.
Yeah,
I'm not sorry.
Very bad.
But on top of that though,
thank God I'm going on a cruise next week. It's going to give me a reason to enjoy my drink package and drink a lot of Chardonnay and forget about this whole fucking off season.
Great to forget, brother. That's all you can
Make sure you pop in off the Wi-Fi and say hi. I love your takes on Chardonnay.
See, Michael. The thing is, your team was losing guys off the trenches too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we lost Jonathan Allen. We lost
Hargrave.
Yeah. I mean, And we're probably fixing to lose Gennard here pretty soon, but Gennard's going to pull a pretty penny. So if it happens, it happens. Ginkle got, I think Ginkle took a cut, but, they extended him a year. I don't understand why we kept Aaron Jones and lost, we lost Ty Chandler today. I'm just not understanding why we're keeping old running backs and losing fresh legs. That absolutely blows my mind. I don't understand why we didn't go after, Alvin Kamara. That blows my mind. There's just so many things that just dumbfound me. We could have signed Tricky Rick, for the offseason and then the draft and then told him to go back to his couch. I just...
Quasi was the reason why you're in this situation
with this team just baffles me.
Yeah,
Quasi is the reason why you're in that situation, though. It's kind of like the same situation the Lions were before they got, Brad Holmes.
Question, JB, has Kamara been signed anywhere? I haven't seen anything last few days.
No, he's still
with the Saints.
He's still
with the Saints.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah.
Kyler better than anyone they have. Vikes will be fine. Kyler may surprise some people.
May May
is the proper wording. May.
The operative word, yes.
He looks great in the off season, especially when he wears his crop top and his afro, looking like he's auditioning to be the new captain of the cheerleaders for the longest yard too.
Well, I mean, and let's not give KOC too many kudos because
throws out a 6-foot afro. I really do. And
I did want to play Kyler and
let's not give KOC
and throws for 4,000 yards.
I mean, with 7 seasons.
Let's not give KOC all that because he didn't do nothing with JJ.
I just want an effective quarterback. Because he's got the weapons to do it. I just want to have a good year. I want a Dante Culpepper year.
Michael can attest to what I said last season. I said this is the test to see if KOC can work with a rookie or a vet. I said that going into the season.
Yep.
He's worked wonders with vets. He's done well to even resurrect Kirk Cousins' career to get that $40 million a year payday that he's still collecting on, even though he's a free agent with Atlanta. He got Sam Darnold paid into a Super Bowl with the Seahawks. He got Daniel Jones going to the Colts, who's now getting starter money, who damn near was taking them to win the division last year until he got hurt. So working with the veteran coaches, the veteran quarterbacks that he's done.
Yeah, he's done a good job with it.
He's done a good job. He's not a guy that develops a rookie. That's what I see.
He doesn't have patience for stupidity. I think that's the problem.
Well, he's going to have patience.
No, he's got stupidity.
He's got that
to Kyler Murray.
I'm going to tell you Kyler Murray is going to make some dumbass mistakes.
He's still under contract for 2 more years.
Who is?
Who's that?
So if Atlanta releases him,
they're
JJ on the hook for $40+ million.
Yeah, and the dead cap is still quite large, and they did release him. He was an outright release at the 11th, and I'm surprised that no team has picked him up.
Because JJ's
not picked up.
Nobody wants a 38-year-old quarterback.
No,
I'm talking about Kirk Cousins.
Okay,
he's a free agent. He's a free agent right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And think about this.
I'm surprised Miami didn't go that route.
He's just getting
he's familiar with the.
I have a bigger surprise than that, and I'm going to go there. Why didn't the Chiefs do it after freeing up all that money? Because they could have had him at a vet minimum, the same as Kyler, the same as Tua. They could have had him for $3.31 million, and they traded for the $10 million Bustin Fields.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
You
got to bring in a vet.
How was Derek Carr not signed? Because his last 2 seasons were spent on the IR recovering with the shoulder. He is now 34 years old, and nobody knows if he's going to be any good. Because it's 2 years sitting on the shelf. And and he got paid a lot of money by the Saints to sit those 2 years too. And on
What
top
was
of that,
his shoulder? What was his shoulder injury?
complete shoulder separation that had to be surgically repaired on his throwing shoulder.
Yikes. Yeah. Okay.
So it's one of those buyer beware things, and we all know about players, especially quarterbacks that sit out for a season and a half, aka the misogynist over there in Cleveland, Deshaun Watson.
The masseuse.
I think he's done for. I do.
No, I know.
You know who I wouldn't be surprised to see, pick up Cousins on a bargain deal is Tennessee.
Right, and they might to back up Cam Ward because they did just cut Will Levis.
That's what I'm saying.
Did they cut Levis?
I would not be surprised to see Tennessee pick him up.
Tennessee already signed Mr. Trubisky from the Bills.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, Jamie.
All right, guys. My wife is barking at me. My Salisbury steak is ready. So love y'all.
All right, Michael. Take care, brother.
All right, guys, take care.
So
good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, man.
Y'all have a
Right,
good night.
okay,
I will
Michael.
not be on next week. I'm going to be enjoying Mexico. So
Mexico won't know what hit it, Michael.
good
Just saying.
Just remember,
Be safe, man. Take care.
Take care. Enjoy the trip.
have a good one, guys.
Take care.
If Andy Reid can straighten him out, he is officially the best QB whisperer in the league. Screw KOC.
KOC's no quarterback whisperer. I don't think.
All right, there we go. Now BA's on
Oh, why is
top
BA
next to
in my spot? Ask him. Ask him for-
Okay,
You're in my
Bob,
spot. Move
I
over.
can fix this.
Thank you.
That's all right. I'm still outside.
Oh, he's still beside me. But...
And he
Why are
put
you
you
poking me into that? I'm on the other side, fool. The other left, fool. Like,
Hey, wait, I
On
know
my
what I was gonna
computer
say.
screen, it ain't the other left, fool.
Hey, guess
oh,
what?
you're not mirroring?
You know what I got to say about it? You two got to quit acting like this.
Oh,
Robbie.
I
Robbie.
started to put in my spot, Dad.
Like Robbie's
a little
jacked
Bloody
up.
man.
Okay,
Can't be a
now,
Jago.
now it is time for Jamie Malloy and his Bills update. Go ahead, Jamie.
All right,
How is your
let's go,
pre-off season
Jamie.
going?
Let me go get some refreshments real quick.
I think it was. I think it was. At first, I came into it with like really no expectation because it was okay. We fired McDermott. We kept Brandon Bean. Every you know how everybody feels about that. So, but then to Brandon Bean's credit, I really think this is a testament to Joe Brady too. I think Joe Brady didn't really interfere with what Brandon Bean wanted to do this year. Where I think the last couple of years, McDermott, I think, kind of limited Bean to what he could do. So Brandon Bean did say he was going to be more aggressive despite the salary cap situation. And to start off, what I obviously like the DJ Moore trade. I mean, that's stating the obvious. We got Allen a number one receiver, and he obviously knows Joe Brady from when he was Joe Brady was DJ Moore's offensive coordinator in Carolina when Matt Rule was in the NFL. Let's see. I really like that we restructured Josh Allen's deal. That had to be done, which allowed us to actually have the money to go out and aggressively spend like we should. One thing, this is Megan. This is going to be really happy for you and some of the other Australian people because you said you have an Australian punter.
Yep, Michael Dixon's his name.
The Bills have an Australian punter too. His name's Mitch Winowski, and they re-signed him. Which is
And do you know whose cousin that is? That would be Michael Dixon's cousin.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Michael Dixon's cousin. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Yinzer raised his hand about something. What's up?
Yeah.
We got Australian kicker, a punter too.
Who?
Johnston, Cam Johnston.
Oh, good point, Yinzer. Yep. But Mitch is Michael Dixon's cousin, and when they played AFL, they would have the AFL field is 160 meters long, and they'd have kicking contest.
Actually, MDE, I can actually answer that because I saw the report. Bills
Yeah.
were leading in that trade talk until the Broncos made the offer they did to get him.
It was 2 seconds. Buffalo's offering,
Either
right?
2 seconds or a second and a fifth. It was something like that, and they popped off and overpaid for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was
He's a young receiver.
Waddle's not really.
For him.
I mean,
you're gonna
people,
overpay for anybody.
I don't think he's really
anyway.
a number one, as everybody like says he is. I think he's just more of a fast slot guy, whereas DJ Moore has shown that he can be a number one. So I'm fine with DJ Moore over Waddle and everything like that. So Waddle,
we'll put it to you this way.
Waddle, I don't think is really a polished number one. DJ Moore is.
Okay.
Well, Waddle's not a number one anyway. He's a number two. He's kind of like the JMO to Amon St. Brown, just like he's going to be the Sutton.
Yeah.
So Sutton's the number one. That ain't going nowhere. That's just how that's going to work. So I don't think it was a bad signing.
Right, and like I said,
just made Denver better.
Joe Brady said he's going to try to put his faith in Keon Coleman to be the number two now, so that could help. We'll see.
And I think that's what they were going to do. Is they were going to, if they got Waddle was going to be the two, and Keon Coleman was going to be moved down to the three, is what I think they wanted to do. But now that they weren't able to get it done, they're sticking with Keon at the two, and that's what they should come out and say. Because I don't care what Brandon Beane said in that interview. I remember
Brady
what he
came
said
out and defended him and said, Keon's my guy, and I'm going to give him a chance. When he got hired, he said it in his press conference that Keon's my guy, and we still believe in him. Joe Brady said it.
If that's the case, then they shouldn't have even been trying to go out after Jalen Waddle.
Right.
I mean, because if they had faith in him, and that, you know what that is, that's just the GM not, bumping heads with the coach. That's what that is.
Which they bumped heads with McDermott. That was the problem. He's just not going to bump heads with Brady. That's the difference.
And it's to smooth over how it might have looked optically to Keon Coleman too. If you have to think about it, it's not just the coach you have to smooth over. You have to smooth over that relationship with the player who's feeling like, wait a minute, that guy's a bona fide too, who's been in the league for 5 years, and you're going to try to trade for him while I'm on the roster and in my third year.
Good point.
And then on top of that, just to add insult to injury, you're up there trying to get Jalen Waddle with 2 draft picks, and he knows this. He's on the damn team, so he's like, well, what the hell? I thought you guys, believed in me. Now you're trying to trade for Jalen Waddle. What the hell?
Yeah,
at this point.
But I'm looking at it from the player's perspective.
I do want to finish my
sentence. Go ahead. I'll be kind of pissed.
Yeah. I really like that we re-signed Connor McGovern because we had to keep and I like the fact that we were actually able to keep him for pretty good center money. It was 4 years, $52 million. And I was happy because David Edwards got more. We would have had to pay David Edwards more for him. And he's not even better. And I think McGovern's better than David Edwards. So we were able to, David Edwards got more money at New Orleans. So we were able to keep, I think, the better of the two for less money, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Michael, I love that comment. Waddle doesn't seem like a fit for the Sean Payton offense. Just a thought. Maybe he is. I don't know. But they run more screens than a 4 a.m. infomercial for Windows. Wonder Windows. Seriously.
Why do you think Buffalo tried to trade for him? Guess who their offensive coach is? Joe Brady. And they got Pete Carmichael as their he was even if he went to Buffalo, he was going to be in a Sean Payton offense with those two.
Right.
So
okay,
and then, but anyway,
you see how much dead money the Dolphins got after getting rid of all the players, like 107.
They're at 175, 157.2 before this last move hits the dead cap, because it takes about a week before that to hit. They were at 157.2 this morning, is what I read, and it's
and watch them blow it. Watch them blow it.
That's not cap space. That's against the
dead
cap.
money.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry, I had
Yeah,
Cap.
And then that's supposed to push up.
My mistake.
It's supposed to push up another 22, right around 20 million. So it's going to be between 175 and 177.2 million of dead cap just for this season.
Yeah, well, Miami has approximately 56 million in available cap space for this year because they got rid of those key. But what's going to screw them is next year because all that dead cap.
Yeah, right.
The rollover.
Sorry, I heard cap space.
Yeah, that rollover is going to kill them.
Yeah. Dead. Yeah, yikes.
Hey, no team wants to be in a rollover. No team needs that. No.
Hey, that's Saints.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so happy that Seattle has done what Seattle's done. So we've got some in reserve. So when dead cap starts hitting, it's not going to hit as much. Sorry, Jeremy.
So it's until we get the numbers for these last 3 signings completely. We know DJ Wanham is $6 million with incentives. That means it's not a $6 million per year deal for the 1 year. And that's a big difference than what AQM got, who got a $6 million deal with 80% of it guaranteed. That's a huge difference.
That's a hit.
80% guaranteed means he's making $4.25 million automatically. That's not incentives. That was bonus.
So I know what incentives are on these contracts. Like you've got to do certain things to get the extra money. So if they don't meet the incentives, they don't get the money. That's right, isn't it?
They have to hit the numbers. They either have to hit the numbers or over the numbers. And sometimes it's snap count. Sometimes it's production. Sometimes, like for a defensive end, it's sacks and tackles for loss and pressure rate. All of that equates into it. And then also, they might get a playoff bonus. If their team don't make the playoffs, guess what? They don't get that bonus.
Don't get it. So how are they? Sorry, we're derailing a bit, JB, but I've never understood how the incentives are determined. They're based on different things. Is it on the player who has the sacks or the snap count, or like? Does that make sense? Like, how do they get that incentive? I guess is what I'm saying.
The GM and the coach goes over what goals they want that player to hit, and they set the bar that way. Like last year was the first time you ever seen AQM get double-digit sacks in his career. So I'm quite sure they looked at him and said, okay, if you get over 5 sacks, you're going to get X amount of dollars. Cut it in half because you're on a new team, learning a new defensive scheme, new players to work with and everything, and chemistry has to build over time. So you're not going to set the bar super high, but you're also not going to set it at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to derail.
Yep, but they do. The Jets have a ton of cap and picks now with all the moves they made. I think they have the most picks in this draft, if I remember right.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Aren't they at 14? Isn't it 14 picks they got after the compensatory picks came in?
I thought it was 16 with comp, I thought.
How's that?
Well, the comp is actually listed.
Picks, isn't it?
I think they're going to trade some of those picks, though.
Yeah, I think they're going to trade a lot of those double and triple late round picks to move up into day 2 is what I'm thinking. I don't think you're going to try to move up or down in the first unless somebody they really wanted on the board is gone. And that's kind of like us here with the Lions. A lot of us say, oh, let's take an edge in the first. But if you're left with a 25-year-old guy that benefited from having a great guy next to him, and there's a guy that's similar or better that you can get in the second round, why would you risk going for the older player who had a little bit of injury concerns in college? Akeem Messidor.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
So that's me. I know he'll be there at 17, but I'm not sure I'd take him at 17. Do you agree with that, BA?
I don't know. I'll leave that stuff up to y'all. Because I'm not a big draft guy.
Hey, look, BA.
This is my view on drafts. Okay, drafts are a crapshoot. You can't get a guy in the first round. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play in the first round. Then you got to have him play on. He's got to be on a team that's going to be able to use his abilities toward what the team's doing. There's so many variables that go into drafting a person, and that person working out in the end. That's why I always say I give draft picks 3 years to maturate. If they do good before that time, then they were worth that pick for real. If they were, if it's after that time and they maturate, like if it's like year 4 or 5, then either they were in a wrong system, which happens a lot of times with these teams. They get a guy just because he's the best player available, but he doesn't fit your system, you dumbass. So he ain't going to be the best player available because you just screwed him up. Joey Harrington is a very good point.
Correct.
When the Lions drafted him, he was a great quarterback. We screwed his ass up.
You didn't give him an offensive line. You just freaking just kept drafting receivers year after year.
And on top of that, throwing him into the fray and not keeping a veteran starter in front of him to let him develop a year, at least a year. All these guys coming out of college, and we've seen it. The ones that develop a year or two first usually play much better than the ones that are thrown to the fray right off the rip.
And mind if I piggyback off this? I think that in the draft, you don't want to give up the secret sauce. You don't want to give it up because you definitely want to look at the player that you want and analyze the player's, skills and what they cannot do in the best way that you can. Because if you get that player, you're going to have to utilize what they can do best and then work with them at their weaknesses, at their lowest. And some of these guys aren't first rounders. Some of them are not, but they're going to work out later and down the line, whether if it's third or fourth round guys,
Maybe, yeah.
My question though to BA is when is enough, and you define a player as being a bust, and how do you define a bust? You're saying you give them time, which is fair, but one more year. When do you draw the line and say bust? Jeremy says 3. I say 4 to 5.
I'd say 3. 3 is when you should maturate.
It's not like the NBA. It's not like the NBA. When you jump into the game and
learn the system that they're in, play up to the level of competition that you're playing against, and be able to make your marks when you're supposed to, and challenge the starter, because usually most of your draft picks are secondary people in the roster. So
what about injuries?
You draft the first one. Injuries play a part in that too. If you can't stay on the field, your best availability, best ability is availability.
Right.
But I'm saying if a rookie gets,
he bust y'all's ass. That's what he did. Anyway,
he took that dub. He took that dub home
while wearing his nails.
No,
but I'm just thinking, BA, why I ask is if a rookie gets injured, like a shoulder separation.
Like JJ McCarthy.
And then he's out for 2 years. He's at his 3rd year, but he hasn't played. So how can you call him a bust?
Okay, wait. I'm going to answer this with going back to a couple of players that we've had recently. Look at Jeff Okudah. Injured a lot his first couple of years. Came back the 3rd year. Looked good for a couple games. Had a bad game. Looked good for 3 or 4 more games. Had a bad game. He never developed, and he was healthy in the preseason and the offseason when he trained with the team. So that is a different type of injury situation than the people who get injured in the offseason and can't work out or are injured when they're drafted. That's different. So when you look at somebody like that, and then in year 3, they're healthy all year and they're on the bench by week 9, that's not good.
Right. Yeah.
So now, look at TA. His first year, he missed 2 games. He played 15 to 17, if I remember right. Correct, BA?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He played a total of 10 weeks with missing 1 game this past season. And the difference was after that injury in week 3 when he had to miss. He wasn't on the field for the Baltimore game. Remember that, BA?
Mm-hmm.
And he came back versus the Browns, and he was okay. But that game versus the Bengals, when he had to cover Jamar Chase, and he had the little shoulder stinger he was able to come back from. Jamar Chase, through 3 quarters, was targeted 9 times, had 3 catches for 39 yards, 0 touchdowns. He had 3 pass breakups. And if Brian Branch didn't lower his head on the guy that was running past, he got a helmet-to-helmet call, he'd had his first interception in that game.
Right there. Yeah, I was just watching that game too.
So, that's what I'm talking about. You got the little injuries and stuff like that. And then you look after that game, Terrion Arnold, while he was in, never gave up more than 50 yards, only had one penalty in that stretch, ended up getting one legit pick and another one that was called back due to a penalty.
Right. I remember that. Yep.
That one was the late hit. I can't remember the quarterback, but it was a late hit on the quarterback that took the interception away for Terrion Arnold in that game.
Yeah, that was the first one he got. Yeah, the first one he would have had. Yeah, I know one thing. He's got to perform this year because that's it for him.
And thank God I follow him. Go ahead.
A point about the draft picks. Matt Yinzer is one of those victims. His team is one of the victims of draft picks with Kenny Pickett because they should have never drafted him in the first round. See, that's another thing too, is what teams value who they want to draft in the first round. And this is why these quarterbacks get blamed for a lot of this stuff because, you're a first round quarterback. You should be doing this. It ain't their fault they got picked in the first round. If you pick them in the first round, that's a different story. Kenny Pickett should have never been picked in the first round.
No, but do you know why he was picked in the first round? And I blame Todd McShay, his pro comp. He called him the next Dan Marino. And Pittsburgh, after what happened when they passed on Dan Marino back there when he was a rookie, they said, we're not doing this again. But
I understand that.
They should have taken.
The Steelers front office idiots, though.
I know.
They fell for it.
It was Kevin Colbert. That's what it was. Kevin Colbert.
But the pick they should have did was the one that went two picks later to Baltimore. They should have picked Tyler Linderbaum, fixed that offensive line, because they could have had Kenny Pickett with the pick in the second round, and nobody would have been putting the pressure on him then.
I think you wanted a wide receiver that year, didn't you? Or was that?
This check is Kenny Pickett. He had the one good rookie.
Was that Dum Dum that wanted a wide receiver? I thought you wanted Linda Brown. Didn't you guys? You say you wanted an offensive lineman?
Me?
Yeah.
I wanted Trent McDuffie, the cornerback.
That would have been good too for you.
That would have been sweet.
Hey, one thing for sure. It's not like basketball, but if you hooping, you hooping. You got to come out there and showcase what you're worth. And if you can't showcase what you're worth, you're gonna get bounced.
I did want a receiver. I wanted Addison too. I wanted Jordan Addison.
I wanted Addison.
Because he played at Pitt for
Kenny Pickett's rookie year actually wasn't bad. It was the second year.
I got one question about JJ. Isn't he a ginger?
JJ?
Yes, he is. Right?
He's a redhead.
You know what he is? He's Josh Rosen 2.0.
Oh.
At least
I agree. I agree.
I think the thing about JJ though is it's unfair. It's an unfair value that he's getting because the first year he was injured. Just because Minnesota decided they were going to screw their whole quarterback situation up, that's what screwed JJ. Because really, Sam Darnold they should have signed Sam Darnold another year. They could have done that. Franchise tag another year. And then JJ would have been behind him for a year that he could actually take notes, be physically aware of what's going on in the game. And then they could have passed Sam Darnold on and then had JJ start. JJ just got put in an unfortunate situation because management doesn't know what the hell they're doing in Minnesota. And
that
that's
was
what happened.
a lot of money to pay Sam Darnold though at the time because you didn't know he was going to do that in Seattle in hindsight.
You should have done.
Well, you're the quarterback. You're the coach that coached him. You should be knowing that. I'm sure KLC said the same thing to them.
They wanted to reset the rookie salary cap by starting McCarthy. That's what they did.
I'm saying going forward.
That's why they're idiots. And that's why the GM is no longer there.
Going forward, J.J. McCarthy is going to bounce around as a backup quarterback that never seals the field. Just like Josh Rosen, he will be the redheaded stepchild of the NFL.
Yeah, but that was a lot of...
And that's unfortunate.
Josh Rosen had talent in college, more talent than JJ had. Listen to what they talked about, how he threw the ball back then. And he was so cocky when he got there. that he fell apart because they had bad coaching and a bad roster at the time. All he had at the time was Larry Fitzgerald.
But wasn't Sam Darnold that same quarterback too?
No, if you think about it, Sam Darnold actually went to a worse situation than JJ did or Josh Rosen.
Yeah.
That roster in New York and that coaching staff was absolutely abysmal. And unfortunately, we were so abysmal in week 1, we made him look like Joe fucking Montana after he threw the pick 6. And that was Matt Patrash's defense. Jesus, it was awful.
It's funny,
that was a horrible game.
It's funny, that god awful coaching. That was Todd Bowles who was coaching him, right? And look at what he did with Baker in Tampa.
But that was Todd Bowles' first assignment, and where he made the mistake, he's a defensive coach, and he went with a rookie OC. We have talked about this a million times. If you are a rookie defensive-minded coach, you need a great veteran offensive coordinator or an offensive mind to 100%. Be with you to take that pressure off of you as a coach, because then you can focus on the side of the ball you know.
Yes,
and that's exactly what was great about the Salah signing in Tennessee, because he got a guy that's an offensive guru. Okay, he can run that offense without. I'm not saying he's the greatest offensive coordinator, but he's better than having a rookie one there. That's for damn sure.
Right.
Hey,
he's got skills.
Josh Allen's Josh
Dable.
Allen's the quarterback of who he is because of Brian Dable. So,
and if you look for Cam Ward,
Dable, if you look at Josh Allen when Dable was there, the first year he had a whole bunch of mechanical issues, and Brian Dable worked him out over the next 2 seasons, and he turned into the quarterback he became. And if you look, it's not as bad as it was his rookie year. But some of those mechanical issues are coming back into Josh Allen's throwing game, which is why his numbers have dipped slightly. I'm not saying they're awful. I'm not saying it's horrible, but you see it. The hitch in his throw.
Yeah, they got Espinoza.
It's like the 2019 Josh Allen return.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's okay. Damn it. He's the guy that I would have taken for $6 to $8 million in a heartbeat. I've been pounding the table, but I pounded the table for AJ Epinesa the same way I did about Cade Mays. And BA knows I did. So does Megan. So does Jamie. I said the whole time free agency was coming up. Especially
I noticed that too. Come on now. Don't leave me out the fray. I noticed that too.
Okay. I'm just saying, I pounded the table for Cade Mays the entire time. I said, there's no way we're going to free up enough cap to be able to afford a market-setting deal for Tyler Linderbaum. I said, I said all along, McGovern was probably going back to the Bills and not becoming a free agent, which would make him, by age and the contract amount, the best center we could get in free agency.
Yes, I remember you said that, and you were literally pounding your fist on the damn table.
Yeah, right here. I was doing this.
Carolina had 2 really good centers in the first place, so they went with their veteran. Their older center. He's going to be the center now instead of going with the younger one, which kind of doesn't make sense in a way, but for Carolina, I guess it does. But
well, because their starting center was a Pro Bowler 1 year, and I think he actually made second team All-Pro a year, the starting center that was there. And as a guard, Cade Mays was just serviceable. He was not that good of a guard. But those last 6 games of the season, if you go back and look at the PFF rankings for centers, not the season-ending rankings, because that's skewed because it goes by snap counts and all sorts of stuff that goes into that center ranking for the yearly ranking. He was actually a top 10 center the last 6 games of the year by PFF. And we always say during the game, the only things that you can trust on PFF is trench grades, because nobody knows what they consider a pass defended for the cornerback grades, and we don't know what they consider a drop pass for the wide receiver grades. And we all know that the running back grades, if they don't score touchdowns, they get horrible grades. They get horrible grades. Yes, they are considering that because the refs are talking about a lockout because what they want to do is hold them accountable. They want to put a
Oh, God
percentage of
forbid.
they want to put a percentage of correct calls per game for the refs. If you call it and they say the line judge says this or the back judge says that, and you call the penalty and they review it and it's not, it's going to go towards the percentage of negative. They want it to be like the NBA. And I 100% agree with the NFL for doing this. I've been saying it for years. At 85% correct. That means you get the or ref the playoffs. 85% or better. If you're less than that, your ass is sitting at home.
I was going to say, I come from a rugby background, and if top grade, even in our domestic level of rugby, refereed or umpired the way that NFL referees call, they would never do it at the top level again. And that's what gets me so frustrated is, come on, we don't have as many line judges and whatnot. We have the on-field referee, the 2 touch judges, and a television umpire. That's it. And more often than not, yes, I'm a rugby fan. I scream at the TV as much as the next person. But if they fall below 70% correct, if they're at I'm not talking like your Saturday morning kids rugby. I'm talking like your
full-grown adult professional, like the NFL
like
version
professional.
of rugby.
Yeah. So I totally agree with this, and it should have happened years ago. But I'm going to nearly get going soon too, JB. So yeah.
But I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Great takes, everybody. What does anybody agree that compensation-wise they feel the Broncos overpaid? And I mean in draft picks to get him.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about because he's not worth it. I'm asking if you think it was an overpay in the compensation of picks.
So remind me what the picks were, JB.
Wasn't it 2 firsts and a third, and they got a 5th in Jalen Waddle, right? Isn't that what it was? To the
It was a fourth. It was a fourth. They got a fourth.
Yeah.
A fourth and Jalen Waddle. Yep.
For 2 firsts, I would want myself for the Seahawks. I'd want a little more than the player in a 4th or 5th myself. So yes, but it depends how badly you want the player and what you've got coming down the pike in the future.
Andrew, you were mentioning on the chat here.
Hey, there's still time, Michael. We're not done yet, Michael. There is still time for this to occur. So don't be thanking him just yet. So to answer your question, slightly overpaid, but how badly did they want Waddle and how are they going to use him?
Well, because it was supposed to be 2 seconds and a 5th from Buffalo to get Waddle to begin with. So they threw
that's more reasonable.
See, and I think that is actually the value.
That's the better value.
But
so yeah, I think maybe
they were also picking at 30. Well, I think what is it? The 28th for the Bills? Is that what it was?
29, 28,
26,
26,
26.
Why do I want to? I'll see. I might have time till probably November next year, but I'm sure I can slot you in for an email somewhere, Michael. That's November next year at the earliest.
All I'm saying is their pick was 2 picks later. They couldn't offer the same compensation because already the Bills was better. All they could do, but I would have did it 1 first, 1 second, and a pick.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Instead of the 2 first.
For me, it would have been 1 first, 1 second.
This is the difference. You say they overpaid, but if the Broncos feel that they got a player that they can get to the Super Bowl with, that was compensation enough.
Right.
If they get to the Super Bowl, this year, that those picks were worth it.
Yeah, okay.
And they definitely banked on they definitely banked on Waddle to be like that go-to guy for sure. They definitely banked on it.
That's what I'm saying. That's true. But
they really did need another receiver, though. They really did.
Oh, they did.
My
because
question is, okay, BA, that's fine if they get there. Sorry, JB. What if they don't? What happens next year? Sorry, JB, I didn't mean to cut you off.
The chances of the Broncos going to the Super Bowl are pretty good because mostly that defense is intact. That's the thing that wins them games is the defense. Am I saying it's going to be enough to get past New England? New England's the leader in the A.J. Brown talks right now, according to everything I've read. If they get A.J. Brown, that's a great replacement for Diggs as long as you can keep his head out of his books and not being a dickhead.
I heard they're waiting until June to trade AJ because they'll cut his $40 million hit to a $20 million hit.
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike. It's the fact that they needed another receiver to move the ball down the field. I think that's why they had the problem against New England is they didn't have another guy to go to. So I think they have a legitimate shot at going to the Super Bowl. Now, to your point, Megan, getting in the Super Bowl is what they're looking for. Winning it might not be necessarily that would be extra for them, but their focus is to get in the Super Bowl, and that's what teams do sometimes when they feel that they're on the precipice of getting there. So
good point.
I'm going to say a
do
take,
that kind of stuff.
and some of my fans during the morning show has agreed with me about our Lions. And I want to say it loud and proud, right in front of two of my biggest Lions brothers here. One that's been with me ever since I started, and BA, you've been here off and on for 2 seasons now. I think us as a fan base got coddled when our team got better while the rest of the 3 teams regressed in the NFC North for 2 seasons. And the only one that was the wild card was Minnesota once they got Darnold. We'll pray for you, Nick. No problem.
You got it, Nick.
But their regression and us doing what we did, because think about it, we went 5-1 the year we went 12-5 in the division. Then we went 6-0 when we went 15-2. Now think about that. That means the other 12 games we only lost 2, and that was with the first place schedule that year. But at the same time, there was regression on every team that we faced at that time, because BA, you and I talked about it. Man, I wish we would have been playing their starters instead of the backups on a few of those games. We talked about it. But the difference is we won those games. This past year, the rest of the parity in the NFL showed up. All those teams got better, including the ones outside of our division, and we got our asses handed to us in 8 games. Now, 4 of those were close games, and that could have been either way, where it was less than a touchdown. A first down at the right point, going for the actual fucking field goal.
Right.
There's a couple of things that I saw. Now our fan base got delusional, thinking we were the best thing since sliced bread. And I said, I kind of see a 10. Remember, BA, we talked about it, and I said, I don't see less than 10 wins, but I don't see much more. I thought it was a 10-11 win season and an outlier if we got 12 to 13 wins. And we ended up at 9. In a couple of those games, I'm not going to blame the rest, but there were some bad calls that cost us games in 3 of them.
Steelers.
Well, that was the same with us at the beginning with the Seahawks. I said 7 to 10 if we're lucky. One and done in the playoffs. Did I think we were going to the championship game and the Super Bowl? No chance in hell. So when we did what we did this past season, it was all a bonus. A good bonus.
And I said,
and how did that go for you, my dear?
But wait, Megan, remember when we did the AFC West preview after free agency and all the moves was made? I said, don't be surprised if you're second or win the division. I was one of the few that said that day. I said the team that I saw falling off the most was San Francisco, but they won't fall to the basement because Arizona is that bad. I said that right off the rip.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is where I am in our fandom, I was like, no chance, because new coach, second year coach, all of that. So when I'm in Sydney watching the NFC Championship game, go down in full Seahawks kit to the sports bar at the casino and get every drink bought for me for 3 hours, and they were Long Island iced teas, boys. This was like, it was mind-blowing. Then we hoist the Lombardi in San Francisco's backyard. Hell yeah, we're going to do it in the Rams' backyard this year. Book it, fellas.
She does talk about rugby because she is from Australia. Yeah, we talked about rugby just before you got here. And J.I., brother,
thanks for the push
thank you for coming in.
The NFL, by the way.
And before I go out, I got to do it one more time because I love that song. I don't know about you, BA, but I like that rock song I did. What do you think of it?
It was good. It was good.
J.I. didn't get a chance to hear it. He might go back and watch the show.
J.I., just so you know, I live in Australia, but I'm a New Zealand All Blacks rugby fan. World champions 3 times. Just so you know.
So before we head out, I'm going to say it now. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. I'm going to let the song play, and then we're going to let Jamie Malloy do the longest outro in NFL Roundtable Talks history. Here we go.
There you go.
As a podcast. So grab your kid. I wanted it to start over.
Yeah, I'll play it again.
There, now.
There we go. That's it.
That's so wrong, Jay.
Lions roar and the tigers strike through the night. Pistons dribble, red wings soar on high. KCP's the beat, hear the crowd amplify. We're smoking Jeremy B, bringing the heat. All the sports, all the time, feel that beat. KCB Sports, where warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, hear the fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. From Ford Field's glory to Little Caesar's thrill. We're united in passion, it's our dream to fulfill. Cross the ice and the court, the triumph shine. KCB Sports Network, where legends combine. So cheer for our teams, let the stories unfold. With grit and determination, watch the magic unfold. KCB Sports, where warriors play. Detroit pride fueling every day. Victory roars, hear the fans unite. All sports, all the time, we ignite. So grab your gear. So grab your gear. It's time to cheer. KCB Sports. We'll persevere.
I love that song. I'm sorry, that thing slaps.
It's a banger.
It does.
Can I just quickly say something to JI?
Go ahead.
Yes, go ahead.
I am a sarcastic cow. These boys will tell you this. But I give as good as I get, and I have got to expect that I will get it back. Like our little BA and I go at each other. So if I'm going to be myself, I can't complain that everybody else does it. So yeah, that's me. Take it or leave it. But great to meet you, J.I.
I think that should perform next year at the second annual Turdy Point USA halftime show.
I think that would be great if we could find a band to pull that off. I don't even know who the singer sounds like, but I just love that song. I
love the guitar in it.
Yeah, the guitar, the beat, the bass in it, all of it. You know, it slaps. The intro is simple, but yet powerful.
I'm going to go, and I've been playing with AI music too. I now have to try and write something to beat that. Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, Jeremy, it's definitely crisp. It's crisp to a T, man. Crisp.
Yeah, I wanted something that had like that late 80s, early 90s grunge metal rock type of feel, and that's what I think it has.
Yeah, Creed. Michael and Jamie said Creed. Yeah, yep. I can hear that.
All right.
Jamie, we're gonna get the outro.
It is time for Mr. Jamie Malloy, also known as DJ Dog Tags, to give the longest outro in NFL Roundtable Talks history. Start the timer.
DJ Forehead.
You guys can follow me, yours truly, at Bill's Chat 1, at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also at Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on Twitter X. You guys also can follow me every Tuesday night, starting next Tuesday, 8:00 p.m., as Joe Dalio and I will be doing our season 3 premiere of the Subway Conversation Baseball Show. And then every Tuesday night, an hour later, 9:00 p.m., me, Adam, Jeremy, Rich, and all the boys that jump to the top do our annual or not our annual, our nightly, our weekly, our weekly open sports mic where anything goes. And then
you just want
to frustrated.
Every Wednesday night, and then every Wednesday night at 9:00 or at
9:30.
9:00 Eastern time, you can catch me and everybody here at the NFL Roundtable Talks on now the KCB Sports Network. And then Saturday nights, you can catch me back here on the KBC Sports Network with Jeremy, Paul, and Adam as we do our Saturday night baseball at 9:00 p.m. And thank you guys very much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, comment, ring the bell for all notifications. And for more NFL Roundtable Talk and MLB Roundtable Talk on the KCB Sports Network, you can visit us on Amazon or on Fire TV, Amazon TV, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you get your podcast. For all of us here at the NFL Roundtable Talks, I'm Jamie Malloy, and this has been another Wednesday night episode of the NFL Roundtable Talks here on the KCB Sports Network. See you next week, everybody. Good night.
All right. BA, one time tell them about how you are the producer extraordinaire and podcast where you are.
Yep. So, BA Productions for the McGrath Podcast Network. Join us on there. We got a plethora of shows. We got a new show on there that reviews movies. So catch that. That's on Tuesdays at 8. We'll have a couple more shows coming on there. Of course, Sonia Pearson's got a legal show on there now. So she's not a lawyer yet. She's in school for being an attorney. She can't give you official attorney stuff, but she can lead you the right way. So catch hers on there as well. But we have like everything going on there. So just check us out. Peace.
Thank you very much, everybody. Robbie, thank you for being here. Chicken Nugget, I know you're with Lions Nation Unite, and that's your tag there for your channel, and you're also on Twitter and X.
Yes, I am on Twitter at Chicken Nugget King 313 CNK 313 Sports, and I'm on Instagram as Chicken Nugget King 313. You can follow me there, and also make sure you go out there and subscribe to the channel Chicken Nugget King 313, and get in tune with us at LionsNationUnite.com with sweaters, hats, t-shirts, you name it, all Lions related over there. So make sure you go and get everything that we have in store for you at LionsNationUnite.com, and yeah. Make sure you go out there and subscribe to the Chicken Nugget King 313 right here on YouTube, sitting at 358 subscribers. Yeah, much love. One pride.
Chicken Nugget.
All right. Chicken Nugget, Yinzer, B.A., Megan, Jamie, and also the two others that had to leave in Michael Johnson. Who was the other one that had to dip out?
David.
Oh, David.
AD. Yeah, AD.
Yep.
Or DA.
Thank you very much for being a part of the show.
I will not be here next week, Jeremy. It's my father's anniversary of my father's
Get a nug, he'll give you a hug.
So you and Michael will neither be here. I got it. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate
hope to be here, but we'll see how I go. Yeah, 9 years.
Have a great week, everybody, and look forward to tomorrow when I'm going to be talking more ball at noon.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.